Good evening, everyone. My name is Mrs. Fari, and I'm the dramatic arts teacher at Brescia. And tonight I'm going to be taking you through what dramatic arts is, what the curriculum is for grade 10, and how it can benefit your child in the future. So, first big question, why choose drama? Drama, like musical art, is a space where self-expression is encouraged and commemorated. Students will be expected to discuss topics that are both relevant and experience-based through improvisation, vocal and physical communication. In other words, their ability to express themselves is developed and refined. Knowing how young students, how teenagers in their very formative years feel so many things and experience so many things, drama provides a space where those feelings and those experiences are actually used and cultivated and encouraged, as it helps them to understand their characters. It helps them to understand emotion, which is something we use a lot of in performance, whether it be music, art, or drama. Drama is also a space of self-discovery. Students are encouraged to look within themselves in order to understand and interpret emotion on a performance level. Drama is where theory and practical components come together uniquely to develop an understanding of performance and communication that is a culture across history and the world. We know from the beginning of time, the ancient Greek tragedians and thespians were creating performances and poems and music to express how they felt and to relate to their people, and that element has continued to this very day. Next question, what will be covered in grade 10? So we're going to be looking at ancient Greek theatre, and we're going to be looking particularly at Antigone, which is part of the three Theban plays, or the Theban trilogy. It is written by Sophocles, and we will also be looking at Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Euripides, who are the big three tragedians. They were the big writers, the ones that first came out or first developed the beginning elements of what we know as classical theatre today. We'll also be looking at the structure of the amphitheatre. Next, we'll be moving on to medieval theatre, and we'll be looking at every man and plays that deal with morality, good and evil, that kind of stuff. And we'll be looking at the stage and how it's developed from the amphitheatre into the theatres that were used within medieval times. We will also be looking at Commedia dell'arte, which is an important dramatic form, and has actually a lot of dramatic forms have developed from Commedia dell'arte. It is a very expressive, very satirical form, and it is very improvisational, and it holds a lot of history, which is why we look at that quite closely. Your daughters will be, should they choose drama, they will be expected to get this book, the Dramatic Arts via Africa Learners Book, grade 10, that you can obviously get through the school. Then we'll be looking at South African protest theatre, particularly Cesar Bunzi is Dead, which is written by Athol Fugard, John Carney, and Winston Chona. Forgive me, I'm not sure if I said that correctly. The reason we look at these plays is it gives us a unique insight into the experiences of people that really didn't have a voice in apartheid, which is another important element and important function of performance theatre, is to give a voice to those who are voiceless, in a sense. So we do see that it is very important that we actually look quite closely at those works. It's not the most comfortable thing. Your child will be looking at topics that might not be necessarily, they're not going to feel very comfortable. They're going to be questioning a lot of things. They're going to be looking at a lot of very sensitive topics, but it's very important that these experiences are understood so we get a good understanding of our history. And it also helps the girls kind of relate to some of the things they might be feeling, just in today's context. Lastly, what can drama do for the future for your child? Well, drama will give your child the ability to speak confidently to a group of people, and is a skill that not many have but is needed in almost every profession. We do have public speaking, which is an incredibly important skill, but I do find that drama gives a sense of self-expression and acceptance and an okayness within how the speaker feels. I find drama also, we do a lot of exercises on breath control that helps your child kind of get rid of their nerves and to breathe through anything they might be nervous about and things like that. Drama not only develops those communication skills, but culminates a self-awareness and self-expression that tends to grow students on a personal level. Because we celebrate and encourage these emotions and these experiences that your children might be feeling and experiencing, it actually gives them a sense of self-okayness and a sense of self-acceptance. And because of actually looking at these emotions and delving through them, they tend to be a little bit more self-aware, which is always a good thing. And there are many career paths that can be taken with drama as a subject. This is, for one, teaching. You can go into performance itself. You can go into drama therapy, journalism, any kind of profession that involves public speaking. You can go into copywriting, screenwriting, playwriting. There's a lot that you can actually go into that is not necessarily drama related, if you will. Anyway, I hope I have given you a really good insight into what dramatic arts does and what your child will be learning and what they will be cultivating within themselves and the benefits of drama for your child. And I do hope to see them in class next year. Have a really good evening.